That's not good. Something does not feel right. Let's see if it'll move forward at all. Yeah, it seems like something's come apart here where I can have no forward motion.
Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and this is my 2001 Hummer. And it is a beast of a giant yellow station wagon I named Mustard, and well, it presented a beast of a bill from the car wizards. But to recap, I bought this and my buddy Urination Bob bought a red Hummer H1 wagon, ketchup and mustard. They were the cheapest Hummer wagons in the USA, and Bob has since sold his. He's a dealer and that's his job. It's gone, but mine, well, it needed quite a bit of work. It did make the drive back from Colorado to Kansas, but it did have numerous issues. Most of them I knew about before I bought it from a Hummer hoarder named Jeff who sells parts, newretroparts.com, and he provided me with a lot of the parts to fix it. Most importantly, the lower control arms were so rusted that it was almost dangerous to drive this thing. Certainly didn't want to take any stresses off-road, so basically went right to the wizard to get fixed. I guess those lower control arms, they're about $1,600 for a set of 4, something like that. So he saved me a bunch of money giving me those along with some other things, but he did send me some other parts to fix the numerous issues with the Hummer that I did buy at his cost, so he gave me a great deal. That was around $2,000 in parts, and then the wizard went to work on this incredible, giant, crazy machine. And he presented me with the bill the other day, and it wasn't pretty. But before we go back to an ignorant past Hoovie, unaware his Hummer is about to blow up, I'd like to thank Policy Genius for sponsoring today's video and being a continued sponsor of the channel. And Policy Genius can save you tons of money as it's America's leading online insurance marketplace. Summer is coming to an end and the leaves are about to fall. While Mother Nature does her thing to prepare for the new season, you can do yours by seeing how much you can save on home and auto insurance. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare home and auto insurance in one place, and they can help you find home and auto coverage similar to what you have now, but at a lower price. They've saved shoppers up to $1,250 per year over what they were paying for home and auto insurance. From my personal experience, I think it's very important to check insurance rates every few years, as insurance companies tend to start lower, then slowly up the premiums over time at a rate you don't really scoff at until you're overpaying. And when you have a hoopty fleet like mine, insurance is very important, but not only to have the best value on insurance, but the best coverage for what you need, and Policy Genius is here to help. They'll compare rates from America's top insurers, from Progressive to Allstate, to find your lowest quotes. The Policy Genius team can look for ways to save you more, including bundling your home and auto policies. If they find a better rate than what you're paying now, they'll switch you over for free. Their top-notch service has earned Policy Genius thousands of 5-star reviews across Trustpilot and Google. Policy Genius never sells your information to other companies, and they do not add extra fees, so support me and my generous sponsor by going to policygenius.com/Hoovies and save yourself some money. Now let's get back to Fail Life Hummer Edition, which there'll be some surprise cameos in there having to do with, well, why I'm here on a ski slope with these hoopties. But today, after I breeze through this whopper of a bill, I'm going to drive the Hummer now all sorted out and give my impressions. We're also going to go off-roading at a place nearby that is a really cool place with a beach. A beach here in Kansas where I can do some water play with the Hummer. Should be very fun, but let's get started with the repairs here, starting with all 4 control arms. Despite them being provided to me, replacing it was a major job because they're big, beefy things with springs and all that stuff. $680. He included 4 new ball joints in the parts that I bought, so the suspension is way, way better. All been very refreshed, completely transformed the vehicle, but $650 in labor and then another $95 in parts. In fresh undercoating application, so the rest of the body matches the new fresh control arms. It wasn't that rusty other than the control arms. So yeah, even more suspension work, another $400. A bad CV boot was thrown in there. Rewiring to get the oil gauge. And all the other gauges working again was $120. The starter bracket, reinforcing that to save the engine. That's a very common problem with 6.5s, the starter going out and like taking the block with it when it comes off and breaks, so you reinforce that. That was another $60. $134 air conditioning service. My air conditioning works for only $120. Fresh battery and rerouting cables and repairs, another $318. The ABS system, I chose not to fix because I don't really want ABS in this vehicle, but if I want to replace it, it would be a new control box, which is shared with Land Rover and some others. That was $60 to diagnose. A full oil change for $90, and well, tires. I decided to put 4 brand new tires on this thing because one of the tires that I got from Jeff, he didn't know, the inside was kind of worn out from being driven flat. So just decided to go with 4 new tires. That was $1,400, unfortunately, with shop supplies of $50, which I think is just Wizard's dinner bill. The total comes to $4,000.36. $4,000. So $6,000 after parts, and then what Jeff provided to me, well, it would have been easily $8,000. But I'm $6,000 into repairs on this thing. There's still a few little cosmetic issues to take care of, but nothing too serious. And well, I have a fully functional 180,000 mile Hummer that's been tuned and, well, well enjoyed. But now I'm going to well enjoy it. So let's hit the road.
Well, I was just getting on the road and something broke big time on this thing. Something does not feel right. Let's see if it'll move forward at all. Yeah, it seems like something's come apart here to where I can have no forward motion. All right, let's see if it's the transfer case, kind of a neutral, I don't know. High, low. What the heck just happened? All right, so that's working. All right, so it just slipped into neutral there on the transfer case. I guess we're okay. Nope, something's going down here. Slipped out again. Did you hear that noise? Ah. Well, this day is over before it started. Yeah, limping it back to my house in high lock, and every time I hit the brakes, that noise is... That's not good. Not good. I mean, I could probably drive it in this high lock to the Wizards, but probably not a good idea given the noise that it's making. Basically, the transfer case settings, you have high, which is gone, high lock, which keeps you in high range, but then I believe it locks up the differentials to where you can still go normal speeds, but better for off-road traction. And of course there's low range. Let me try and put it back in high here. Alright, it's moving again. There it is again. Is it July again? Huh. Well, it does appear it will limp itself back to the house, and then I can give Dennis, my favorite tow truck driver, a call, and he can haul this back to the Wizards. Another day in paradise. Well, I was hoping to run over some Priuses and go off-roading a few days ago, but that didn't happen. It actually just completely died. I had Dennis, the tow truck driver, bring it up, and now Wizard is looking at it. He's got lots of help, I guess.
Hi. How are you?
Oh.
Look at this thing.
Well,
How'd you get up there?
This is where you fix it, right?
Uh-huh. That's how you do it.
With the hammer. Just throw the hammer.
well,
Tell me what you see.
Wizard, are you dead?
No, I'm checking out the transfer case. This thing's cooked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this fluid on here is just spewing out and it's just burned.
Yeah.
It tastes like a forest fire. It wouldn't even move when it got here. We had to push it over here, and new replacements for this transfer case is $5 grand.
$5,000? That seems to be a theme lately with me.
5,000. That's your number.
I guess I'm glad I'm laying on the ground. Well, I'm gonna call old Jeff at newretroparts.com, and hopefully there's a used solution.
Well, that'd be great.
Wonderful. What do you got there, Freddie?
Got a bunch of caps and stuff, so...
They're all... Oh, gee, thanks.
Another one for you. We've got another one.
Does the roof look okay, Ed?
Yeah.
It's good up here. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yep, that's
Oh.
good. Yeah, you're gonna need that. That's for AC.
Expedition ready.
Just rub it in, guys.
No, we just need to make sure that all the systems are open.
It was. You were so happy about what a great deal you were getting on this thing, right?
I forgot where all these go.
I'm going home.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be an exciting, action-packed video, but it's more true to form of another hoopty breaking, and I'm so busy right now that I really don't have time to do anything else, hence why I'm here. It seems like these $5,000 hits keep coming with the Lamborghini Diablo. The Tesla, which is now back, had 2 battery packs that were bad on it out of 3 bricks, so it was $5,000 to fix that. Some other huge hits, but the Hummer is not as bad. Jeff does have a used transfer case that he's sending me for $1,500, so he's saving the day there. Won't be as expensive, but really, obviously, don't feel bad for me. I know you guys comment like, how can this guy complain and still freak out about big bills when he has all of this? And well, honestly, I feel like I'm still that guy 5 years ago where bills like that just seem absolutely insane. 5 years ago when Apollo 911, its engine blew up, the Porsche engine, and I decided to replace it with the LS engine, I maxed out my credit card for like $10,000 to buy the engine and the conversion kit and hoped the videos would pay for it, and they did. And well, nowadays it's just that on a much bigger scale with much more cost, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Also 5 years ago, almost exactly, was the start of my YouTube career. I actually had the opportunity to go out to the Grand Tour to their launch, this big epic thing. They spent millions of dollars on the opening sequence with all these cars coming in from the desert. They called it the Burning Van Concert because they had a burning caravan on a crane. And I went out there with some friends. We dressed up as the Interceptors from Top Gear, and I got to meet Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May in the flesh. And somehow meeting them just inspired me to just do this, just give it a try. There've been a few kind of half-hearted attempts, but then I decided, let's get into it. And also the opportunity of meeting them and sending a tweet to Jeremy Clarkson and him actually replying to that tweet, which was insane. Got my foot in the door writing articles for Jalopnik, which led to me writing articles for Doug, because I got on his radar writing a few more articles, and that led to making videos with these articles and, well, this crazy YouTube channel. It was a fun 2 years with Doug DeMuro doing that before he went off to do Cars and Bids. And then there was Car Issues Season 1, which has ended up on Motor Trend. I thought that show was gone, but now they want another season, which I spent 3 weeks filming, had 3 days off to make a bunch of YouTube videos for you, and then started a week at Barrett-Jackson, which was another massive dream come true. I was watching them on TV 20 years ago. I got to go with my dad. He took me to the auctions for the first time. I was hooked as a kid, and now I'm part of the action on TV live with Steve Magnante, Rick DeBrule, and Mike Joy, the voice of NASCAR, just learning so much from them. I come back from that, 3 days off to make all the YouTube videos I can, and then I start Car Trek, my 6-1 with Freddie Hernandez and Ed Bullion, our love letter to the old Top Gear and Grand Tour. It is so much fun to do. That's what we're actually doing right now, which is why they're in town. I get back from that and have like 3 days to make YouTube videos before I fly to Scottsdale for the Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burger family reunion. I'm still involved with those stores. Burgers are really yummy. And also, since it's in Scottsdale, I'll do some more Barrett-Jackson stuff. I get back, and that day I drive to Dallas to do another 2 weeks of car issues down there and in Wichita, and somehow figure out how to make YouTube videos in between. I am busier than I've ever been. I'm feeling super burned out and overwhelmed, but I am not complaining at all. I love doing this. I love messing with cars. I love doing dumb things with cars, and even though it seems like it's way too much right now, and it definitely is, I am so thankful, and I'm so thankful to you for making all of this possible. You watching my stupid videos, the dumb things that I do with cars, which in the past made my car dealership fail, and me have massive, massive debt, which I, well, still kind of had, is a good thing now. I screw up and you all watch and laugh and the videos do well and it makes up for it. If I do well in a car, well, then that's great because I do well in a car, but that's still kind of few and far between. So it's a really, really weird world that I live in that you all make possible, and thank you. Thank you so much for that. Really, thank you for watching. It makes me be this pig in this stuff. Yes, stuff. This is my mud pit, and I'm a pig just rolling around in it, and you all make it possible. Thank you. Thank you again. Did I say thank you enough times? I might be a little a little burned out. We'll see how this turns out in the edit. Goodness gracious.